Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am starting my new bullet journal and I'm super excited for you guys to see it, and definitely comment down below your thoughts on this new bullet journal spread for my new bullet journal, and if you guys are starting a new bullet journal as well, what you guys do, because this is like my first time actually fully fleshing out like a new bullet journal spread. So I definitely love to hear what you guys like to do in yours so that I can use it for next year. Okay, yes, so I'm starting a new bullet journal. I'm doing a Shop AmandaRachLee bullet journal for my bullet journal, and the first thing I did is write my name in the name spot, so I just wrote it in cursive and then added some like fake calligraphy stuff and of course a little cat because I love cats. And then the next thing I did was I just wrote out the numbers, like the number of dots or dot grids in the bullet journal, just so I could use it to help with measurements and stuff like that. I also just do find like starting a new bullet journal, not the fact that it's in a new bullet journal, but the fact that you have to make like a start to the bullet journal, it's kind of challenging for me. This is the first time I think I've actually successfully done it. Before I've just like half done it and not actually colored it in, but doing this made me kind of feel like I have to finish it, I have to actually do it, which is good because now I have it organized and neat and not halfway done throughout the entire year. So yeah, the next thing I did is I split up the first page, the very first page in the bullet journal, by 4 by 4, and I'm turning this into lockers. So I did like 4 grids up and down, 4 grids side to side, and I'm turning these into little lockers, which is kind of ironic because my school's now like, we don't have lockers anymore, but you know, it's okay. But yeah, so how to draw the locker, how I drew the locker is I put a little box on the top, I drew some lines representing vents, and I drew a little circle that is like the thing that you turn to like unlock it. And I did this to every other box there. I didn't do it to every single box just because I thought that I could do something else in the other boxes, and I ended up doing it later where I drew some stuff in the lockers, but you'll see it later. I did flip around a lot in this like spread because I was having trouble just like organizing my ideas and knowing what exactly I wanted to do, just because, at least for me, I feel like there's a lot to think about when making spreads like this where it's all pretty much new because you only do it once a year rather than once a month. So it's like you don't necessarily want to do the exact same thing as you did last year, especially for me just because it didn't work out that well last year. I like to do the same spreads over and over, it's kind of easier. But anyway, now you can see I'm just flipping through all the pages and writing down things that I want to do on that page, because I just so I could organize my ideas and be like, okay, this is the number of pages I'm using today, this is what's going to be on this page, this is what's going to be on that page. You have to organize, you know, how we are going to do each spread. It was kind of complicated, but it took a while, but it ended up being okay. I also like cut out me flipping back and forth a few times, not here, but like in the future, because I did flip back and forth looking at what I did before a lot, just because, I don't know, I just did a lot in this spread, maybe because it took me a long time. But yeah, so now I'm just making a title page for this school year. I put 2021 to 2022. I do mine not like the calendar year, but the school year, just because it makes more sense for me to be like, this was this school year and this is what happened in it, and then just have it work during the summer too, but I don't actually use it that much, as much in the summer as I do during the school year, just to organize schoolwork, tests, homework, stuff like that. If if you want to, you can let me know in the comments what you use your bullet journal for and what you like to organize stuff, and any tips for like weekly spreads during the summer, because I feel like I don't really actually use my spreads that much during the summer, and I could use them better and more effectively. So yeah, I'm just using pencil here. I'm drawing it out, and I'm drawing some little doodles there. And I also like, I'm not sure what I'm doing there. Oh, I think I'm thinking about what I could turn the little 2 into, because I decided I was going to cut out a little squares from the front. So I was thinking, what could I turn this 2 into that would be inside of a locker? And I was like, So I was like covering it to see like what it would look like just inside the locker, to be like, what could this be? I ended up turning it into a scarf. Not really the best scarf, but like, could be a scarf, right? It was a little complicated because I wanted to make it so it kind of worked on both pages. So it was like, this page, it made sense for it to be the 2 for 2022. And then the other page, I wanted it to be something that didn't look like it looked weird on this page, but looked good on the other page. It ended up looking okay. Yeah, this kind of, the whole spread I did here on the cover kind of reminds me of what AmandaRachLee did, not this past February, but like the February before that, with like, I think she did a theme that was inspired by To All the Boys I've Loved Before, I think, like the art they did for the movie for that. But mine was also kind of inspired by the Everything cover. So like combine those two together in like AmandaRachLee's inspo. So as inspo, which is kind of cool because like this is her like bullet journal. So yeah. Now I'm using an X-Acto knife and I'm cutting out 2 of the little lockers right there. You can see it was a little challenging. I definitely had to put something behind it so I didn't cut through it. I still did kind of scratch sometimes, like the other page, but it's okay. Like I just had to like put something behind so I wouldn't, harm it entirely. And I think it looks really cool, the fact that it has a little cutouts in it. It's like the lockers inside the bullet journal, or maybe what's next is inside of the lockers. Yeah, and now you can see I'm cutting out more in my bullet journal, which I'm like, I never do this. Who am I cutting out in my bullet journal? But yes, I'm cutting out like around, so it's like there's something inside of my bullet journal, like there's a little book inside of the bullet journal, which I think was pretty cool, because I think I've seen people do this before where it's maybe just like a few, but I thought it'd be cute to be like it's like a little planner inside of my big planner, so it's like a little smaller, so you can just flip to it and be like, what's happening in September, November, what's happening in February. Yeah, and now I'm drafting out how should I do this whole like monthly spread thing, just to organize all the months and know what to do. I was thinking about making it like a full calendar, because that might be nice, but it ended up like taking up too much space, so I ended up making it like this, because it was like the dots would have been like super tiny and I couldn't have them be that small. So I just drew like a little, on the side you can see like a small little calendar with just the numbers of the days, and then like a little box on the side where it says events, so I can put things that are happening that month there. And then I just put September, SEP, September, October, OCT, just like the abbreviations for the months. And I basically did that for all of the months. Yes, I used a Crayola Supertip, a pink Crayola Supertip for the like pink color, and then a purple zebra Mildliner for the purple one. Yeah, and I like alternated which one was on the top and the bottom, so it was kind of like a checkerboard pattern. And yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out. I used some Pigma Microns, which I bought at a craft store near my house, just for this spread, basically, because not just for this spread, but I wanted them, and I thought that I wanted to use them for this spread, so I thought I'd buy them and use them here. And I bought them in 03, 05, and 08, which I think are pretty good sizes. It's not too small, but it's like thin enough. And now you can see I'm cutting out the edges. And something I think that I did was really cool is that I cut it out so it's like there's a little tab on the side, so you can like, you know how like you'll have like in a binder or something, you'll have tabs so you can go to like your classwork or your test or something like that. I did that kind of like in my bullet journal where since I cut it inside, I was able to make a little tab also, so it could be like, this is for January, February, this is for March, April. I didn't end up labeling them, but I think they're still cute, and I like how they turned out. I think it looks cool how you have like these little tabs in your bullet journal. Yeah, so I just did the same thing for every month. I think I almost messed up one of the months, but I didn't mess it up, so that's good. I'm also sorry that the lighting is skipping around a little. I did have to film this over like multiple days and multiple nights. And yeah, so I'm just doing it for January, February, March, April. I also got like this new tripod, which I'm filming on, which is pretty cool. It's like this tripod where it like bends over so you can see like the table, which is really helpful instead of like stacking a bunch of boxes up to like get it to the right height with my iPad so you can film it. I've just been using a phone, which is my mom's phone because my phone broke. I'm getting a new phone though. I saved up and I'm gonna get a new phone, so I'll be filming on that one instead, which will be nice. But yeah, I'm like really excited about this new tripod I got. It's really nice and has a light on it, so I was able to film at night and it still looks pretty good, I'd say. It was like a little darker, obviously, but I think the lighting was still pretty good, so I could film all day now, especially during the school year. That would be really helpful, like if I want to film on a Friday night or, you know, I'm not available during the day. That'll be really nice. And in the winter, because it gets dark earlier. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, now I wrote measurements out in cursive and then I turn it into calligraphy. And now you can see I'm drawing some little doodles inside of the lockers, which I think turned out really, really cute. So I'm really happy with this. I was kind of like hesitant at first if I should do this or if it would even look good. So the first one I drew some books. I drew some with like an umbrella and like a little tape dispenser, just little things that you would have in your locker, like paper bag, binders, pencils, photos up on the like back. You know, people have hooks in their lockers where they can hang stuff like coats. Didn't draw any coats, but like someone's charging their phone, has like a makeup bag. You know, people put stuff up on their, you know, back of their locker with magnets and have things that they can use to hang up them, like I drew on the last one right there. And like they have like, lunch boxes and, you know, normal school stuff, which I feel like we haven't had in a while because of COVID and everything. But yeah, and then I drew those little like koala and cat on the left side. They were just there. And I used the same colors, just drew them, and they peep out of the boxes because I thought it'd be cute to do something on the other side. Okay, so now this is for my schedule for the new school year. I don't show my schedule. I also didn't know what my schedule was then, and also that's kind of like private information. And so I just basically drew out like long boxes, and I like had it like say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And these I'll use the Pigma Microns to say like what's happening then in that time. But yeah, I think it's pretty like normal spread. And now I'm just coloring using the same purple and pink colors to color in the stuff in the locker because I thought it would look cute if it had like the same colors and stuff. And now I've been flipping around so much, I'm really sorry, but now I'm doing a quote and I'm doing my goal spread. So I think that this is something I really want to take into the new school year, which is don't be afraid to be yourself. Just because I just feel like I was able to kind of like open up a lot over quarantine, and I just like want to be able to stay like confident and stuff when I go back to school. So yeah, I just thought that quote was kind of something that I wanted to keep with me during the school year, and I just put goals on the side. I wrote goals in fake calligraphy and then put the numbers. Okay, now it is the final flip through, which I feel like this went by so fast, but also so long. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this bullet journal spread thing, and I had a lot of fun making it. I think these cute little animals turned out so cute in the lockers. I really enjoy how they turned out. I think this is like really good for what it is for me, at least, because now I have somewhere where I can put things down when the month isn't there yet, which is really helpful. If you guys have any tips for doing things like this in your bullet journal, though, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below, because I don't think I really know what to do in things like this, because this is like one of my first times actually fully fleshing it out. This page I'm going to add photos for the rest of the year. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye! Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, bye!